Then you march them all to £6,000. But what do you get when you pull the Christmas flag? 2 vouchers for their famous Fortnum Mason. Just next turning to the right, and you see some trees. This is Berkeley Square up here to the right. And the most, of course, a park this old is bound to be haunted, isn't it? Like Count Dracula. He lived at an unknown address here in Settle Castle. Horses, anyone's been coaching here? So real fairy tale creations for over 250 years. So we're going to have to turn right at the top here to say don't let the double-decker buses in front of the front. They're changing the guards at Buckingham Palace. Christopher Robin came down with Alice. You know that nursery rhyme? It's all about the guard change. Only every other day this time of year because the king is not normally in. You've got the Wellington Barracks to the left where the guards march over from for the guard change. Finally into the sinking of the Titanic took place in 1912. 400 years. Oh, can you see up ahead there, the top of that tower we always call Big Ben. Pineapple England is a man called John Tedescant, and he was King Charles II's gardener in the 1660s, John Tedescant, and he's buried in that church just across the river there. That's why the pineapples are here. So the River Thames beneath us, the very high Big Ben, the reason why London is here. And there's Big Ben and the House of Parliament. I'm going to be right up close with both of those very shortly. But look to London, this is the shot they always show you, taken from the southwest side of the river with the horses, pineapples and lions, yeah, lions. Yeah, keep saying, was there a lion anywhere? Was there a lion anywhere? Oh, Big Ben, yes, Big Ben. Look to the right of the lion and you see a close-up of the London Eye. The largest observation wheel in Europe. So it's not a Ferris wheel, the Ferris wheel goes around really quickly, it's an observation wheel. It goes around very slowly, so you can observe. So look to the right, it doesn't look like it's moving, does it? But if you look carefully, you see it's moving very slowly. It takes half an hour years ago. So they named it after the invention of the horse. Now this used to be called the St. Stephen's Tower, till about 12 years ago. But in 2012, it was the late Queen's Diamond Jubilee, 60 years on the throne. So to celebrate the Elizabeth Tower after the... Of course, everyone calls it Big Ben. Big Ben's a bell! Westminster on this site, in one form or another, for nearly 200 years. Most of the old things burned down nearly 200 years ago. Apart from this bit to the left. This is Westminster in Regent Street. Yeah, so now is in the middle of the road coming up. This is the War Memorial for Britain and the Commonwealth, where the Prime Minister and the King and many old soldiers come to pay their respects. Of course, the Prime Minister doesn't come very far. He lives ministers and lived at number 10 Downing Street since the first, a man called Robert Walpole, nearly 300 years ago. And these gates, you know, is going to be the 8th old jousting ground or tilt yard through there, because all this was the scaffolding to the left is Buckingham Palace. Oh, the church on the right there in the corner. You're quite right, Kenneth, then, the famous nurse. This to the right, this is what she looked like. Where straw and hay were sold for horses till 200 years ago. Oh, can you see the old-fashioned shop front to the left here? This inspired Ollie Van...